Hello.
Good morning, fans.
Up, Lily's gonna come say hello.
We have
Hello.
35 fans now.
Hello.
Hi, Lily.
Nice.
This is Lily's only fan videos now.
It really is. Thank you. Those are my
Tanya
morning
is
kisses.
coming. She's just running late.
Nice.
Your hair looks pretty, Angela.
I normally is like my scrub freaking disgusting ponytail right after cardio, but I didn't have cardio today, so I brushed it for you guys.
I
I didn't put
reserved
any
cardio
makeup
for
on, but
after.
I did do my skincare.
Can you hear? The dog just came like barreling in, like all
Mm-mm.
excited from outside. Yeah,
Couldn't hear. It literally made no sound at all.
because they're all like,
Lily's
Lily butt, he's so pretty. You need to get her a little comfort sweater.
she won't wear, she hates more than
Potato.
anything clothes.
Potato does
Like
too.
if we wanted her to not move for hours, when we lived in Jersey, we had to put a jacket. We went for walks every day and she had to wear a jacket. And she acts like she's being gang raped when you put any type of clothes on her. She starts shaking immediately. We would have to bribe her with treats to get her to move like 1 foot. But even then, she'll go a little bit with a jacket on, but no. Her Halloween
Potatoes that way.
costumes, nothing.
Yeah.
I can put them on her long enough to take a picture. It's actually pretty funny. We do wish that she would wear clothes because we've tried many times,
Yeah,
but
she would be precious in like a little tutu dress. Um,
hates it.
all of my dogs are fine in clothes except Potato, but he does. He freezes and he won't move. I had this video of him and he's dressed as a dragon for Halloween and he's just standing there, like
Yeah.
in the living room, just standing there. All the other dogs running around. He's just like, he always feels like he's in trouble. So I just stopped putting clothes on him because I'm like, I don't want him to think he's in trouble when I'm just trying to have fun with him. So
I think that's what she thinks is that she's like being punished when we put,
yeah.
because she literally will like cower, stand there, and like shake uncontrollably until we take it off. It's actually pretty funny, but um, I've tried like many times because I'll be like, okay, this will be the one that's not going to bother her, and then she
Maybe
hates them
she'll
all.
like this color better.
No, I know exactly right. I was like, it's a hoodie. It'll be comfortable. She'll like it.
That's
No,
funny. All
that's it.
right. I'm pulling up the 2026 competition calendar, pro calendar. Because I want to talk about before we get into our other topic, I want to look at the pro schedule because we got some coming up. Let me look at figure. I'm gonna look at women's physique too. So, I thought I don't know why I was thinking FIBO was before Triple O, but Triple O is the first show, and thank God they have separated it from Tri-City, so they're no longer the same weekend.
Okay.
But I wish I hadn't hit record yet. Looking at the judges for these shows, I will do Triple O next year and not Tri-City because Tri-City has the exact same judges I've gotten in front of every single time, and I
Well,
refuse to
maybe
do
there'll
it.
be different judges though next
Yeah,
year.
but usually they stick to the same ones. Oh, really exciting. So I I'm friends with some expediters in the Southeast
Hmm.
or whatever. And I told them, I was like, I know that I can't be a judge and a competitor
Hmm.
at the same time, but they're gonna let me start working backstage some.
Hmm.
They said it would make me a better athlete too because I'd know the paperwork, I'd know the judging, I'd know everything. And then I get to test judge, which is basically just like not actually be a judge, but learn
Hmm.
how to judge. And I think it's gonna be a really cool experience because then I will really know what
Exactly.
exactly
Like
this
what they're
book
looking
looks
for.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
so exciting. Actually, really exciting.
then when I retire, I'll already be like trained as a
Had
judge.
done that. Yeah.
Because I think that would be a really good transition to kind of like not lose sense of the bodybuilding
Hmm.
world and
Hmm.
still feel like I'm involved and a part of it without having to put my body through the stress of competing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have
When are
Triple
you doing
O,
that? Did they give you shows for this year?
probably some this year. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I gotta like, I gotta see because now I am personally the sponsor for like I am sponsoring with my own money, not the company. And so
Mm.
it is a tax write-off, so it is my LLC, but I also like have to have some money for myself. So
Yeah.
I got to figure out like which exact shows because I've got
Mm.
like of course I'm going to do Triple O because of Drea. And then there's two shows in Alabama that are like NPC shows that have like a
Mm.
pro division or two that both of the people that do those shows are mine as well.
Uh-huh.
And so I want to do those. And then we always do Night of Champions, and then Alan Sizemore also has another show, I think in June, maybe in Memphis. That one that I might be able to expedite.
Mm-hmm.
So, but two, I don't necessarily have to sponsor them to go expedite them. So
Yeah.
I might just try to go as me and not as me
Mm-hmm.
on behalf of.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so we have Triple O. I'm actually so excited for this one because I think there's going to be a pretty good women's bodybuilding and women's physique presence. So
Mm-hmm.
Tri City is in Columbus, April 11th. Puerto Rico Pro is the same weekend as FIBO. I'm really excited about FIBO. So Christina, I'm not going to be able to pronounce her last name, starts with Z. She competed with me in Atlanta, maybe Florida. I can't remember if she did Florida or not. It doesn't matter. But this is the best she has ever looked. She
What's
looks,
her last name? I need to, we need to figure out how to do is do the like put pictures of like actual pictures
I
of them on
know,
there. You
I
know what?
know.
I think Carissa, that's like her little side gig. Because I was like, dude, we need to hire you. When she did all like the graphics for that, and she was like, I love doing it anytime. And I was like, what?
I just honestly, I need to do like a PowerPoint and just pull up a
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint. I'm gonna send you
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I know her too.
Zavarova.
Mm-hmm.
Zavarova. But anyway, and I messaged her, I was like, this is your best. Like you look so good. The only thing she's ever really struggled with is her glute hamstrings don't get lean
Yep.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
But she was 8 weeks out. She's 7 weeks out now, and you can already see her glutes starting to come in a little bit. She still got a little
Mm-hmm.
fat there, but she's 8 weeks out. Um, but I think when you look at her from the front, she's a lot more streamlined than I've ever seen her. She let her quads down a little bit, and she got her
Mm-hmm.
upper body to match. And I think she's going to qualify for the Olympia this year. I think she looks incredible. It might
Oh,
not
she's
be the first
shredded.
one. She looks great. She looks great. Just a beautiful shape.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then she's
I feel like the
competing.
European girls, their quads are, first of all, I feel like they always have more glutes, and I always feel like their quads are like a little bit different. Is that weird? Why do I always feel like they have more quad, like upper quad, like she does?
They do have like a more of an upper sweep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because small knee joints,
Like a lot
maybe.
of them are like and shrinks. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Um,
Interesting. Yeah.
but okay.
She's so dense. Her muscle is so dense.
She's got a really pretty look to her, especially and this year I really think she's got a good chance to compete at the Olympia. I'd be surprised if she didn't. But that girl
Her
last year,
chest is crazy.
there was a girl last year that she won Dominican, yeah, Nadine
Mm-hmm.
Huber. So she's also doing FIBO. And so I'm really interested to see those together, see how that goes. So
I have to look at Nadine again. I really like her look too, though.
I love her look. She's very
Mm-hmm.
complete. But I think I think Christina's got a little bit more of a because Christina's not large. She's very short, first of all. She's only like 5 foot, 5'2"
Mm-hmm.
range. So she doesn't look overpoweringly big on stage. Nadine's got a lot more of that dense look that they are liking right now,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of where we feel is almost borderline too big for figure. I'm really, really curious to see now that Fit Model's kind of found its place and settled
Mm-hmm.
down, and we're seeing so many athletes in it. Like it's probably one of the bigger, it's definitely Fit Model, Bikini, Wellness are definitely the biggest female divisions now. And so I'm really curious to see size preferences this year.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it will really give us a better idea of what they're looking for next year. But it's going to be an interesting year for figure.
Yeah, I think that
And
Nadine is like bordering, like now her look. She's right.
it's
I feel like she's right on the edge. Yeah.
almost too hard looking for figure.
Mm-hmm.
Because you lose when you start having that grainy look to you, that's not what they like. They like that smooth
Mm-hmm.
skin. But when I had my mental breakdown about how I had lost all of my size and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
just a little peon, I asked
Uh-huh.
Johnny in my check-ins, I was like, should I just switch divisions? I was like,
Switch to what?
wellness.
Bikini? Oh God.
I'm like, should I just switch divisions? But I didn't say
Did you
what
really
division.
ask him that?
Yeah. Well, I
Oh my
said
God.
the way I worded it was I just want you to know that
We're having a meltdown.
if you feel like my genetics or frame is better fit for another division, I would be open to it.
Hmm.
Because as much as figure is my personal favorite aesthetic, I still am okay with because my body frame is my body frame. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You know, like I can pose into whatever division and then just work on tailoring to that. I was like, so if you think genetically I need to be in another one, let's talk about it
Hmm.
now because it's kind of a fresh start, you know? And
Yeah.
he was like, he's like, I think you are perfectly good in figure. He's like, you know, if you wanted to move up to women's physique, do I think you could do it? Yes. But he didn't even like his mind didn't even go to wellness. And so
Hmm.
I was like, okay, okay.
Yeah. Uh, uh,
But
uh.
I meant wellness. I didn't mean women's physique because I was just like, I don't have an upper body anymore. I just have legs and my butt's gotten huge. No, it hasn't. I wish it was. I would be okay with that. Um,
It's
I
gonna.
I hold all of my fat in
Hmm.
like my upper butt, lower back area. So
Hmm.
it makes my butt look smaller because my back doesn't go in as much.
No,
And then
it does not.
I just look
Now
like
I
a
have to
big
look at your
back.
pictures too. I do have so much fat in my lower back. I wish it would just migrate down to my butt.
Right? And I was like, when did this become where I started storing fat? But it's not in my stomach anymore, and it's not in my quads anymore, which is really nice. But it sure is in my back. I'll be like, I feel like tough to like off the side. It doesn't matter. Um, saying no.
In like 6 weeks, this is all going to be a distant memory, and you're going to be like, "What was I thinking?"
I know. And he
Yeah.
did start me on a little Anavar. So, and I had a really good back workout. Like I'm actually sore today from Tuesday. And nothing hurt. Yesterday I got to RDL with I use a belt squat for that.
Hmm.
And I put a plate
Uh-huh.
on each side and I was able to hold it stable.
Okay.
I do have a little bit of pulling and sensitivity here,
Hmm.
but he said that was normal. And I told him that I still have a good bit of pain in my left one, especially like right around here. And so they're picking up my trash and my dogs might go crazy.
Hmm.
Um, so it he was like, that's just scar tissue. And I was like, as long as it's normal, I don't care
Right.
that there's pain, as long as I know what the pain is. And he was like, if it gets too bad, just come, I'll give you some steroid shots in it. And I was like, no, it's
Mm.
fine. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but
It's
it's
just that
nice,
there's something there. That's
yeah.
all. And
But
now
it's
you know
nice to
it's normal.
know
It's like,
when I'm
okay.
pulling that it's
Yeah.
just the nerves.
Hmm.
But it
You're
just
gonna feel all kinds of like weird pains here and there. Like in the next, probably for like 2 or 3 months, you're gonna be like, ooh, like it's just gonna be
I do
like,
get sharp shooting pains through my left nipple, and that's really fun. Feels like I got
yeah,
zapped. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
I remember
It's like
that
I
for
don't know if that
it
was
lasts for
painful
a
or
while too, because
exciting.
you're like, fuck, did I rip something? Did I tear? There's many times where I was like, oh God, is that normal? But
Well,
it's all normal. It's just
I
all settling.
I meant to ask him. I want to see this surgery done. I
Hmm.
wanted to ask him, like, do you have a video of this? Like that doesn't um encroach on anybody's like PHI. But I would love to see. But he basically told me, he's like, you can do whatever you want.
Hmm.
But it's sewn in so many different spots that I literally could pop half the stitches and it would still be in place.
Hmm.
And that's one thing I have to remember. Like I'm gonna really have to mess them up at this point.
I think
Um,
Dr. K, the one that you had the consult with, he has like a Discord, or it's not on regular Instagram, but he has like a separate for people who want to see um more like of the invasive surgeries. He has like, I think it's a Discord that you can see how he does the operations,
that
like
would be really
more.
cool because I would
Yeah.
just like to see how it's done, what it looks like,
Yeah.
because I do understand that it completely like grows itself in. Um, but I meant to ask him too. Dang it, I forget all these things until I'm like mammograms. Ow.
Hmm.
Like
I
is
don't,
a
I
mammogram
haven't
gonna
had a
mess it up?
mammogram with my new titties, so I don't know. You could always just have an ultrasound.
Well, I thought about that too, or maybe just like an
Hmm.
MRI. But then I was like, well, I don't have an MRIs every year because I'm approaching that age
Hmm.
now where I'm due for like regular mammograms.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard to squish my boobies the way that they are now.
Yeah,
Like
and I don't want to be like, no, no, no.
impossible. But
So,
there's a place here that does just, that's all they do is ultrasound. I can't remember the name of it, but they only do
mm,
like, it's a, I guess they're like better for your boobs to have the ultrasound than
I'm
a
sure it's better than
mammogram.
being squished, and it's not like as much of the radio frequency.
Hmm. And also, apparently, they're like a better picture. Did you have
Interesting.
to get a baseline MR? mammogram before you. Oh,
No,
after
because I had
he did
had
make me have a
one.
baseline. He wanted a mammogram before my surgery.
Yeah, I had had one
Oh, but I do
within like
have
a
my mom had
reasonable,
breast cancer, so maybe that's why. Yeah.
probably.
Um,
Right.
when are you starting? So when are you starting like your I know you said on like your I think it was Instagram or whatever, you said you were doing like a little health phase recomp balance or whatever. When are you guys gonna did you talk about starting like an actual like surplus build?
We're still trying to like clean up the fat that I gained while I
Mm-hmm.
was just sitting around being a fat
Mm-hmm.
slob. Um,
Eating Pop-Tarts.
I don't know. I stopped buying them. I was like, they can't be
You
here. If
got
they're here, I
to.
eat
You
them.
got to. You gotta. Yeah.
And so I just stopped buying them because I did. I had a straight Pop-Tart problem.
Hmm.
I had a Pop-Tart problem. Hot Fudge Sundae Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
And and so yeah, we're just doing a little cleanup. I think we'll probably cut like 5 pounds more.
Hmm.
Like nothing aggressive. Just and the only reason I think he's cutting me is because I said I don't like how soft I look.
Yeah.
So it was me prompting him, like, hey, I want to tidy back up
Hmm.
because I reversed the best I ever had. Like I still had a lot of lines going into the surgery, and I'm actually not that far off weight wise, but obviously with tissue loss and just sitting
Hmm.
around. Um, and
Well,
so
also you'll feel a lot better like starting a bit like once you see the scale going up, if you're starting from a lean place, you're gonna feel a lot better.
yeah, and so he's
Mentally,
just
it'll be
he's
better
just
for
good
you.
at being like receptive, especially because it's
Hmm.
like we're not really in a rush. We have plenty of time. Realistically, I'm not going to be.
Hmm.
I'm like 58 weeks out. And so um, I'm going to start thinking of it that way though, because it's going to really
Well,
put that like timeline, kid
yeah, just
timeline.
like more of that specific discipline back in your like, okay, there's an actual end goal. It does help to have that.
Yeah, and even if we don't, even if that ends up moving, fine.
Hmm.
But
Exactly.
if that's the very first show that I have the potential of doing, then that's my timeline right now.
Yeah.
And I
Those
don't think
weeks click by like real fast, actually, though. Time goes by so fast. That's why I'm saying, like, when you're having your meltdown, I'm like, dude, 6 weeks and you're gonna feel like a completely different person. You're not even gonna remember this time.
yeah.
Your
The
strength is
amount
gonna
of
come
like
back very fast.
loving text messages that I got though,
Hmm.
it was like that y'all were really sweet because
Hmm.
I almost didn't post it, but I needed to cry before I headed home
Hmm.
because Zachary is not going to understand, and not that he would anything other than, babe, you're being ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I didn't need to hear that in that
Hmm.
moment.
Yeah.
I needed to allow myself
Hmm.
to be sad for a minute, and
Hmm.
but what I wanted to make sure people understood was I am fully aware that this was a cosmetic elective procedure
Hmm.
and
Of
that,
course.
you know, I understand that I did this to myself and that I can't be too upset, which is why I hadn't let myself even look in the mirror because I'm like, there's no point. But when I got to train back for the first time, I was like, I just want to see what my back looks like with a pump, you know.
Hmm.
But to be fair, I couldn't really get a pump because I was just really letting myself feel movement more
Yeah.
than anything before I really tried to pull heavy weight. And when I looked in the mirror and I was like,
I know your face was in the picture that you sent me, and I was like, oh my God.
oh, it's
Because your
gone.
face is literally like,
Yeah, I was like, well, where did my back go? And so I was like, you know what? I could tell my shoulders had lost a little fullness. That's okay. I can build shoulders. I built my shoulders. I would do 100 lateral raises every shoulder day. And when I tell you that puts some volume on your shoulders.
yeah.
Um, and so I'm just gonna start doing that again, and that's fine. I'll build some boulders, no problem. But my back struggles to gain weight or
Yeah.
gain density. And so when I saw it looking so flat and small, I was just like, here we go again. Like it's going to take me so long to get that tissue back. It's not, I know, but it was just that moment. And I was just like,
Hmm.
I was just sad to see
Yeah.
it, I was just sad. And I was like, I'm not going to post this because it's going to sound like weepy when it was my choice. And then I was like, you know
Hmm.
what? No, because somebody else will resonate with this.
Yeah. Well,
And,
that's what I was just gonna say. Like we've all been there, you know? Like
and
I totally related because I remember being like, that's why I called freaking God, I'm just literally having a mental moment. My other like competitor friend after I had my boobs, I was still in California and I was like, dude, what have I done? I was like, what have I done? because you're in the moment and it's like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going into the surgery, I knew that I wanted my boobs fixed, but I wasn't 100% under conviction that now was the right time
Mm-hmm.
because I had gained so much momentum coming out of that show and I was really putting on good quality tissue and I could see myself growing. And I'm like, man, I hate to disrupt this. But I know
It's so worth it. It was the right
next time I
time.
step on stage,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to look as good as it will if my boobs are fixed.
Yeah.
And I will say, my lats look
They
10
do.
times bigger. And so I'm like, I'm glad I did it. Now I just got to get the density back in my back, but that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. We got time and there's no rush. And if I don't end up competing until fall of next year, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. The only thing I really take into consideration is that I've already bought suits. And so I have to be mindful of like Carissa's time frame,
Mm-hmm.
but she's usually with people that have been with her a while, kind of flexible with it.
Yeah.
But really that's the only like out external time
Mm-hmm.
stressor, even though it's not coming from her. It's just
Yeah.
internal. But
Well, and it's part of like it's all part of your process too. It's all part of, your journey and like this was like something you wanted to share the whole entire journey. So yeah, as a competitor, like anytime you're making changes to your physique that's going to take you out of the gym, it's part of the process. So it's, I think people
yeah, it's just,
definitely related.
people I think too need to remember that competitors or people, like I had somebody ask me the other day, they're like, did you ever think that you would have such a like be like social media famous? And I was like, I'm not social media famous. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, but you have a ton of followers. I was like, yeah, but no, I don't really. Like 25 is
Mm-hmm.
not a lot, And not in this world anyway. And but I thought it was cute. But just to remember that we are just as human. And, I think something too is it doesn't matter what level we are at. We all have moments of insecurity. We all have moments where, that's why it's so important. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing that is kind of like, I feel like we've made it our platform almost is that the more all the female divisions in general, right? But really the more muscular ones because we get more scrutiny, we have to be a sisterhood. We have to lift each other up. We have to
Mm-hmm.
support each other. We cannot tear each other down, but we have to be able to lean on each other too, and be that support system. We have to advocate for our sports and our divisions, which I think this is going to segue us into the topic that we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
talk about. And so Angela and I wanted to bring up today, where is the line, health versus anabolics and growth? Where is the line of, okay, where does our responsibility lie as
Mm-hmm.
female athletes of saying this division is getting too large?
Mm-hmm.
We have to set the precedents. We have to have our own personal health boundaries, and we have to also be a little, resignating on,
Mm-hmm.
is this actually the division that my level of musculature fits into? And stop trying to be a very, very large muscular woman in figure.
Mm-hmm.
Or stop trying to fit yourself into a category that you don't fit in,
Yeah.
and or pushing anabolic so hard that it's forcing the entire division to get larger. We have to temper that.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Right.
to
And I
stand
think
up
there's the
tall.
argument too, is like people will say, like, okay, well, there has to be evolution of the divisions. Like time is going on and like, okay, every division is evolving and becoming better and all of that. And like I feel like that's a typical argument that you hear for like the other side of like when people are saying like we need to enforce division boundaries. People are like, oh, well, you just want, the look of like 20 years ago. You can't expect that. Everybody has to evolve. But what they don't take into account with that argument is, especially for females, it's there for men, but especially for females, when you're saying like, oh, it has to keep evolving, you're now talking about like serious health risks. Like this isn't just like, oh, your voice deepening a little bit or maybe some chin hairs. This is like you're pushing the safety and of your actual health and like your heart, your liver, your kidneys, like functional organs. It isn't just like, oh, you may have a little deeper voice. Like we're pushing the boundaries of the division. And where is that line?
Yeah,
And
I
like,
mean
how
that's
do we? Yeah,
we're seeing 30 something year old competitors dying.
younger than that. these
you know?
some of these girls that aren't even pros, there's a couple that, me and Heather were kind of talking about that literally aren't even pros yet. They're competing in regional shows. They're very young, early 20s, and they're just the musculature is they've already been enhanced for years, years.
Yeah, and they're virilized, like they're not going to be able to have
Hmm.
children. Um, and it's I think too, one thing, and this is from personal experience, I don't think in your 20s you really have a good grasp on your own mortality. You don't have a grasp on what these really do to you because you feel young and invincible. And it's like, oh, well, I've always bounced back before. Well, it only takes once not to bounce back, and it will happen inevitably at some point in time if you keep pushing those boundaries. But to your point of, yes, evolution, but better doesn't mean bigger,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
get more refined, better conditioning, but better evolution in the sport can be evolution into keeping the sport alive by keeping the athletes alive and healthy.
Hmm.
Like we shouldn't have blown out stomachs from growth use. We should, we can fine tune our physiques and yeah, let it get harder. Let the level of competition get better.
Hmm.
But longevity and health play a huge factor into that. It also plays a huge look on how you look on stage. If you're not healthy, your tissue shows it. It doesn't look healthy.
Hmm.
It looks grainy and dry and you look old. And it's just,
Getting better also can mean like nailing, like there's more competitors nailing the actual division standards.
mhm,
That's what better can be. Is like, oh, we
exactly.
have instead of just having like one or two outliers showing up at that specific standard, okay, now we're having like 10 people show up to the specific standard.
Mhm.
Like that's leveling the competition. That doesn't mean like that I there are definite, and it's like it's weird to me because when you see some of the people that are very clearly should be in the next division, they're getting very hyped in that division. And it's like, why is nobody else saying,
Move.
yeah, it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't make sense. And why are their coaches not kind of saying that? I mean, there are definite coaches that are encouraging that. I know our, Justin does, but there are a lot of coaches that I'm just like, do they see that their athlete is a monster? It's like it
Yeah,
doesn't in the best possible way, in the most respectful way.
right.
Yeah,
You're a beast, but you don't belong in this
yeah,
division.
yeah. Yeah, and still like very, they're all very feminine, but like it's.
It's
But
just
I'm seeing
painful.
women in figure that are, and that's, yes, some of them are taller, but they're pushing like 200 pounds in the off season, and I'm like, geez. And it's not just the gear either. Like the amount of food that you have to eat at that level is also, it's a lot. It is, all of it is just not that, it's just not great for your body and your health overall.
No,
It's
insulin
really,
resistance, pre-diabetes. When you're having to take metformin and telmisartan, prescription medications to keep your health in check, well, because of all the gear you're running, it's time to
hmm.
reevaluate. Yes, there are people that it truly is like worth it because of the level that they're at. But again, it comes to tempering. We have control to what's presented as athletes. And so if we really do what's right for the divisions,
For the sport. Hmm.
then it will naturally evolve to that. But
Yeah.
we as athletes are responsible for that. You as a female are responsible for understanding what your protocol really means for you as a female and as an athlete and what that does to you short term and long term.
Yeah.
And so if you don't even know what compounds are doing, you're not doing your job as an athlete. Now, I'm not saying question everything your coach does, but you should have an idea of what you're putting into your body, how it works, and what impact it has on your hormones, your cholesterol, and things like that. I get a lot of athletes that are like, "Hey, can we do like a push on testosterone or whatever?" And my question is always, why?
Hmm.
Muscle building. Well, there's plenty of other ways that we can do that
Yeah.
that are healthier that aren't going to put your heart at risk. Because what so many people forget is the heart is a muscle. So anytime you're taking anything, your organs are made of muscle. This is what causes cardiac enlargement, cardiac thickening. I can get way too technical, But when the heart walls get too thick, they don't pump normal.
Hmm.
They can't because they're too stiff. You get heart failure. The heart gets blown out from too much pressure, high blood pressure. It can't squeeze all the way because it's too big, And
Hmm.
so you
And
see,
that's why, yeah, even 20-year-olds, it's like, okay, if you're already pushing this much gear, how much do you think you want longevity in this sport? You think you're going to keep running these compounds like into your 30s? Like,
you're
that's
never
not
going
going
to
to
make it
happen.
to the Olympia stage
Yeah,
because your body's going
exactly.
to crap out before then.
Exactly. When you're starting with that, like, I don't know what I was on one podcast I was watching where they were talking about bikini comp like microdosing trend now, which I'm just like, oh my God. And this is like, that's absolutely crazy. And
Yeah.
like you were talking about, like the thinking about
Mhm.
like not understanding long term or like thinking long term and like it's so easy to be like I'm never going to want to have kids like I'm all about me because you are like most especially in this sport are very self-centered in a positive way, not even in a
Mhm.
negative way, but you're very self-centered and you're all about what you're doing in the moment, but you never know like when you meet someone or like what's going to happen later in life, like your mindset is completely I don't even know if that I don't know if any that's going to change, but anything, but your mind is just so different at that point. You can still love competing, but if your lifestyle is completely different, but you fucked yourself.
When I think too, some people think that you have to be super, super hardcore to be good at it.
Hmm.
It's just not the case. You
Hmm.
just have to be consistent, you
Consistent over a
know?
long period of time and patient.
Yeah, and the answer isn't always more drugs. A lot of times it's you need more time. And I think
Hmm.
people get addicted to the attention of the stage and they lose sight of the sport because they're so focused on, well, I like this level of, there we go,
Hmm.
of attention that I'm getting in this moment, which is also why people struggle so bad post show. Is because, okay, I went from looking really freaky to now looking like a normal human, and they don't want to let go of
Hmm.
that. So they want to stay enhanced so they can have that like kind of freak factor look all the time, not
Hmm.
healthy. And then they want to keep the attention in social media, so they want to do 7 shows every year. What actual progress are you making? If you actually want to get there, it's not adding more compounds. It's allow your body enough time for health, inflammation to go down, and you can put on good quality tissue with quality training and food if you take a
Hmm.
proper off season. But an off
Yeah.
season is not 3 months of you gaining 30 pounds of fat. And then, you know,
Yep. I was listening to uh, what what's her name? Meg Sylvester. Is that her? How do you say her name? Is that how you say her name?
I know who you're talking about. So,
I don't want to say I feel bad if I ever pronounce people's names wrong. It's all me. It's like dementia. It's bad. But she was just talking about that like she takes the emotion out of how she looks most of the time, and she thinks like the best competitors are able to not get emotional about how they look. And like she's like I do the self-care things like, Botox and nails and hair and all of that to feel good about myself. She was like, but as far as like my actual physique, like it's not gonna look I'm not gonna be my favorite most of the time.
yeah,
And I'm like, that is probably the best way that you can look at it because it's just not like the majority of the time you're going to spend, if you want to be in this sport and do well, you're not going to like love your physique most of the time.
yeah. And I've actually like, I love the shredded look. I like the way that my clothes
Mm.
fit when I'm super,
Yeah,
super
it's
lean.
so fun when your waist is small and everything looks good on you.
But I feel so much more feminine when I'm
I
not.
know.
You know, I actually prefer not being looked at like that everywhere I go,
Yeah.
And my face looks healthier and
Yeah.
my husband does not like that shredded look.
Oh, we know he likes a big booty hoe. You told us
He
before.
likes with last time I was like, "Hey baby, I'm growing my butt." He's like, "More." And I was like, "Thanks, honey."
More.
Yeah, he's like, "I
Yay.
want more." He would be thrilled if I weighed more than him. And I don't mean like muscular, like muscle mommy, like if I was just like
Yeah.
chunky.
Yeah.
He
He's
wants
a
everything to be
he's a chub
squishy.
chaser.
And I'm just like, mm-mm,
He's
it
a
ain't
little
happening,
chub
baby.
chaser. He's a chub chaser.
Anything you squeeze on me better be muscle or silicone.
Hmm. Yeah.
Those are
I
the
know there
rules.
are like such that's wild though because it's like of course that they're it's like it's so nice when you put your clothes on and they're like a little bit baggy and they're like a size 00 and you're like, yeah, like that feels good. And then like that, I like being thicker too. Of course, I look so much healthier, but it's like everything's fucking tight. I hate everything just feels like so tight. I just want to wear sweatpants every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily, what are you doing?
I finally got a comfort set and I made the mistake of buying larges because I didn't realize how oversized they were. I look
Yeah.
like I'm playing dress up. I look like a toddler dressing up in my mom's clothes.
Yeah.
But they are so comfortable and
So
so
comfortable,
warm.
so soft.
I love them. But yeah,
I
they
has
are.
stolen my comfort set. The little, did you get the shorts?
No, I have.
The shorts are really they're a nice short too. They're good
I
material.
might
I
have to try
recommend.
them. What
Yeah.
size do you have a small or do you go medium?
I did have smalls. Yeah, I can't. The Violet's wearing them currently because I would definitely do medium
I want the waffle set, but
right
I'm
now.
scared it would
Yeah.
look too much like pajamas. I want to be able to wear them out.
Oh, it definitely looks like pajamas. I have
Okay.
that.
Because I
Yeah,
have
it's pajamas.
I don't like hoodies. I don't like anything with a hood on
Yeah.
it. I feel like I'm
Because it
being choked.
chokes. Mm-hmm.
I like they have a quarter zip and I love their quarter zips. And
Mm-hmm.
so, but I bought larges and I look like a massive human in them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to get but I have three sets. So I have the regular sweatpants. I have one standard crew neck, which I love. I love their crew necks too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have their flare pants, and I love the flares a lot, but I just need smaller sizes. But they weren't big enough because I will wear them for me to
Mm-hmm.
justify the time and effort and energy it would take to return them.
Turn them exactly.
So,
I got the quarter zip from the Thriving, the little pink one, the fuzzy. I didn't like it. It was too
oh,
bulky. And
really?
actually, yeah, it was cute color,
I really want
but
to see it because I wanted to buy the baby blue one.
it
So,
was cozy. It was cozy. It's very, but it's bulky. And I
um,
even like even Corey said it. Look, he never gives me an opinion on anything. Like I'd have to drag an opinion out of him, and he was like, it doesn't. No, it doesn't really look good." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fuck." I returned it. I was
it
like,
must not
"Damn
bring
it."
in your waist at all,
No,
huh?
it doesn't. It's very bulky. Like you look
Like a
big
teddy
in it because
bear?
it's like thick. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
Well,
not,
that's
does
very
not
good to
like,
know.
it looked cuter on the girls online. I'm like, maybe they're just like tiny, tiny, tiny.
Well, I do like their other ones that say thriving across
Mm.
because they have the bungees that you can
Oh, the
cinch in at your
drawstring.
waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually do. I have the maroon one and I love it. I get compliments every time I wear it. But
Hmm.
um that's good to know.
Yeah. I couldn't trust it. And also it being like almost getting warm here now too. I was like, I'm not going to wear this enough. And then once I knew that he said it made me look too big, which I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I
this
can
is going
imagine.
back immediately.
That's a shame. But good to know because I would have.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just like you said, it's going to be just to kind of like wrap up what we're talking about. I think it is definitely going to be because it's up to us as athletes to take that responsibility, but the judging that determines so much because you want to win. Like most of us are in this to win it. Like it's not playtime for most people. Like we're having fun, but like we all want to win. Okay?
Mhm.
So I just feel like if they set that standard, it's gonna push the boundaries for everyone. Like it's
Yeah, and
very, very hard to not be like,
that's why next year, like I'm adamant about getting in front of different judges because I
mm-hmm,
know that the judges that I was in front of last year like size. And I want to see if this is consistent or if it's because it is a very subjective sport. And if I know that Mo Newman likes a lot of density in her figure girls, and I don't have that level of density because she keeps asking for it, then I'm going to get in front of
mm-hmm,
somebody else. And I'm going to see, okay, well, does Sandy prefer this level of density? Because
mm-hmm.
we've seen at the Olympia that the girls that were winning my shows are fourth call outs at the Olympia and told they're
Right,
too big.
exactly. Yeah.
So I just want to get in front of different judges just to see if there's any different feedback. And I think that's important too, is don't always run the same circuit. Don't always get in front of the exact same judges. Like let everybody get to know who you are and see
Mm-hmm,
your face and, get that feedback. And Autumn, don't know her last name, but she's a
mm-hmm,
figure Olympian as well. And she just came back last year, kind of surprised everybody. I think she did Rising
mm-hmm,
Phoenix and didn't tell anybody.
mm-hmm.
But anyway, she has
Out of
said that,
Cleveland?
yeah, like
Mm-hmm,
some of the questions to ask is, what do you want to see more of out of my physique? Do you like me best in this division?
mm-hmm,
And is there any poses that, like asking them, like, do you like my look? And um, you can get a lot of good feedback from them. I don't like that they're making you stay after shows to get that feedback now instead of emailing
Hmm.
it to you. I
Oh,
understand
really?
why. Yeah, they are really because of the coaches or the judges are too busy going from show to show to
They don't have
respond to
time to answer a
everybody.
bunch of
And
feedback.
so
Yeah.
what they do is if you want feedback, you have to wait until after the pros are done. And then one
Hmm.
of the head judge will meet you backstage and go, like, you have to stand in line.
Yeah.
So I would literally stand there behind the judges table and follow them so I was first in line.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
I do wish I had stayed after Atlanta to get Tyler Mannion's opinion.
Hmm.
Um, but I didn't want to wait on women's physique and bodybuilding because my whole family was there. They were all waiting on me to
Hmm.
go out to eat. And I was like, I'm not going to make everybody sit around for another 2 hours just to get feedback when I know that they want me more dense.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's nice too though, even though you need it's like if we could get a little more consistency, but I mean because I feel like definitely like what they chose at the Olympia last year still is aligned with the figure standard, of course. So, but it's like can we have that across the pro shows too would be real nice.
yeah,
Because it's pretty obvious I feel like it's obvious. These bigger roles. It's interesting, you know?
yeah. So I think what we can start doing, especially if we end up changing to Thursdays. So everybody, we may be changing our jobs to Thursdays. Um, is before the show, we can do like our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the show, I'll try to have, especially because it'll be on Thursday. So I'll have like a week to
Mm-hmm.
get like the side by sides together. And then like the next week shows predictions or
Oh
something.
yeah.
So I think that would be good because it'll actually give me time to work on things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm so excited to go to Triple O though.
I know.
I'm not excited about the timing of it because
Mm-hmm.
we leave Thursday the week before and fly to Miami, and we're doing a little 4-day cruise. And it's not really a vacation, it's a continuing education on hormone replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it's on a cruise ship. I'm going. I
I'll
get to
go.
spend half the day in the
Yeah.
Bahamas. So, yeah, sure. And I got us like day passes to the private beach club there so we can just like hang out and get drunk. And
Oh,
so
nice.
but we fly back in Monday. I work Monday, Tuesday, or work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, fly out Thursday evening, work Friday in Arizona, and then the show is Saturday, and then I fly back Sunday.
Oh my God. You're gonna be so tired.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But then we're not doing anything until like my birthday weekend,
Hmm.
which I was going to talk to you about. So
You
hang
should
tight,
come
I'll do.
here. Are you gonna come to Myrtle Beach?
No, but
Oh,
I still want to talk to you about it. So we'll talk after stop hitting record because I don't want
dirty
everybody
Myrtle
to.
birthday. I know. I'm sad I couldn't. I actually was like, that would be so fun. Like, I definitely do want to go to a show. I think that would. I can't think of like a better scenario. Just can we make it like a more affordable one?
Right. Well, I'm probably going to go to several in Alabama.
Hmm.
So you can come with me
And I
anytime.
really would like to go.
I want to be
If I'm
able to
gonna spend
drive.
that amount of money, I need more than one day. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be like at 2 days at
Yeah.
least.
Well, that was why I was going to fly out Friday and fly home
Hmm.
Sunday. And I was like, no, if I fly out Thursday, then I can have a normal work day Friday. I can
Hmm.
still work half a day Thursday before I leave. And then I'm not blocking off like a whole day for travel or whatever.
Are you still
Um,
flying back Sunday?
hmm
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to fly back Thursday afternoon. So my plan is Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
My plan is to get up, go to the gym out there, and then just rinse off at the gym and get on the
Hmm.
plane and come home. Because I won't land till like 9 o'clock Sunday night. And
Oh,
then I
really?
have to work Monday morning. But Mondays I don't start my day till like
Yeah.
9:30, so it's okay.
Yeah, that'll be okay. But yeah, my the flight Sunday was gonna be Sunday because I felt guilty getting home like super late on Easter Sunday too. That was the other
That's
thing. I was
right, it
like,
is Easter. And
God,
that's why the flights are so freaking expensive.
yeah,
So I was like, why? And that was another reason I looked at Thursday instead of Friday because I was hoping the flights would be cheaper. But every time I looked, they were more expensive. And I was like, I can't, this is ridiculous.
yeah. I definitely was like, if it was gonna be under like a grand, it would have been doable. But
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this, but I think that would be just like so fun. Especially it being around a show and then somewhere else that has like good food. Like, Arizona definitely has food I want to try.
I need to look. I need to find out what gym. I'll probably just text Dre and ask her
Hmm.
where she's going to train. Hey, anybody that's going to be at Triple O, if y'all want to get a training session in, let me know. Must be a female. I'm not going to meet up with any dudes. Sorry.
I know. Did
Um,
anyone respond to your training partner requests?
a bunch of people saying that they wish they lived closer. And I was like,
Oh,
that's awesome.
yeah,
Like even Meg Morrison was like, if I lived closer, I was like, I need another bro chick I can train with. That would be incredible. I wish you did live closer.
I know.
Um, but no, I mean, I think
Very,
there's,
very hard to find somebody that's going to train like the way you want to train.
yeah, and there's a few people, like I have a few pros around me, but our schedules don't
Hmm.
combine. Because I would
Hmm.
love to train with my friend Marissa. And she's a women's physique pro, and we train very similar. And I think we could train together, but she doesn't train till like 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, girl, I won't sleep
Six
till I
o'clock
train.
at night.
Well, she waits on her wife to get off.
Oh, okay. That's too late.
That's too late for me. And one other girl was like, I can train at 5 a.m. I was like, I bet you can. Ain't me.
Oh man,
It ain't me. I only train that early if I'm traveling, and I have to. Like I'll
that's
train
true.
early on vacation so that I don't take away from anybody else's time.
Hmm.
But it definitely makes vacation less enjoyable for me because I have to get up super early every day. I can't just go to the
Hmm.
gym at my leisure and it be okay with everybody else that I'm with, which is really
Yeah.
aggravating. But I do try to be respectful for my husband because I don't want him just, especially if it's just me and him, I don't want him just sitting at the hotel waiting on me,
Yeah.
when I'm out at the gym gallivanting, doing whatever. So I'll go
Taking
train
like
at
6 minutes
5.
between sets.
Yeah, I'll go train
Two and a
super,
half hour
super
leg
early.
workout.
Super, super early so that I can just
Hmm.
be done and we can go about our business. But
It is hard because most people, like, I would just love every single day to be, and most people just aren't going to have a training schedule that allows to like an afternoon,
yeah,
middle of the day workout.
I would train at 3:30 every single day if I could.
Hmm.
But as of right now, and I'm pretty close to that,
Is
like
that usually after 3 meals? You train after three?
yeah, I like to eat my third
Mm.
meal and then go to the gym. And then but like I love to train 4 to 6. 4 to 6 is like perfect for me.
It
And so
really is.
I do try to block off my schedule, but the office, like my patient office doesn't close until 5. And so if I train 4 to 6, I'm getting interrupted a lot. And it's okay because it's still better than waiting till 5, but it's also really aggravating. And I'm trying to find that boundary, like, can I put my phone on do not disturb and set it aside for 2 hours? But then like coming back to like 30 something messages is exhausting.
Hmm. Yeah, because then you have to return every single one of those messages.
Yeah. So I think in my off season, it's like, okay, I can just respond to quick messages in between sets because like, what am I doing anyway? But then like once prep hits, like I'm probably am gonna put it in like do not disturb mode and just let that way I can just focus on being there. But I wish I could do that now. But my phone literally never stops going. So
Would stress me out.
it does sometimes.
Feel
It's a
like when
little
I have
overwhelming.
like four messages to return, I feel like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I have to return
Yeah.
all four of these messages.
Yeah, no, there have been times like I went and got my lashes done. I walked out to 27 messages and I was like,
Oh Jesus.
my eyes were closed for an hour and 27 messages. And I'll wake up on a like Monday morning and I'll have like 10 people that message me in the middle of the night.
That's actually wild. Why aren't those people sleeping?
Well, they're probably
Oh, is
night
that
shift
from
or
other country? Like are they different areas?
yeah, like I have patients
Oh,
in
okay.
California and stuff like that. So
Mm,
I don't get mad if they message me at like 9 o'clock my time. That's 6 o'clock to them. It's not too
yeah,
late. But
that's
I do
true.
tell my patients because it's an app, like it doesn't wake me up.
Hmm.
So I'm like, if you need to message me at 2 a.m. because that's when you're awake and that's when you're thinking about it, just message me at 2 a.m. I'll just reply at 5 when I see it. So,
Well, I guess Tanya got busy. We miss you,
um,
Tanya.
I know what's going on there. I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, my boss is calling me. Apparently, I have a project now. So,
Oh, okay.
mhm. I'm gonna stop
Well,
recording.
yeah.
Bye, everybody. We'll see
Hi,
you all next
everyone.
week.
Yeah.